the good will be great. We can't afford to play safe. You want it now, well don't wait. You miss all the shots you don't take. Hey, yeah, I know what you told me. If you want it that bad, then show me. You gotta want it more than I do. Cause I see the greatness inside you, yeah. We may rise, we may fall, yeah, but we got way more in store. Don't slow down, we can't afford to, yeah. They so great, they can't ignore you. We ain't come to break even. We ain't done, we ain't leaving. We don't stop, we don't quit. You want the victory, well here it is.
I just heard him die. Well, it's August 3rd here today in Iowa. I got Chuck with me. We are running around and getting a few cell cams out on mineral. Main objective today was freshening up all these mineral sites on the farms. There's a couple bucks I'm expecting to show up on camera in here. One of them's Verizon. I picked up a shed off of him in the spring, and there's another buck. He was actually real consistent in here last year. And I considered hunting him with a muzzleloader until he busted his main beam off. So he's on the no-fly list, but made the decision to move the mineral up closer to the field. I think it's gonna be a good play. It's nice and open here. A lot of these deer come across this pond dam out into the field. They're definitely gonna find this fairly quickly, and it should allow two deer that aren't at the mineral. I should pick them up out in the field. So that's farm number one under our belts for the day. Gonna fly the drone a little bit and just kind of see what the crops look like on the adjoining properties, and head to the next farm and do it all over again.
Well, it is October the 29th today. Brennan and I just finally rolled to Iowa. We have not stepped foot on any of his main farms, on the public, nothing besides putting cameras out. Put a bunch of cell cams out about a month ago, I would say, before we went to South Dakota. And we've just been letting them run, letting them soak, and it's finally time. And this year's pretty special. First tag for me here in Iowa. Brennan's been nice enough. He's gonna let me run around on some of his farms, and we might bounce around on some public depending on what the deer movement's like. We're actually gonna shoot the bow here a little bit just in the driveway with the little light that we have. Make sure everything's dialed in, and we are gonna start this rutcation off tomorrow morning, and pretty excited to get in a tree, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go outside, fling a few arrows, make sure the bow's on, and we'll be getting after it right away tomorrow morning.
See it right here on the bank. We have been on pins and needles here the last hour, I would say. We had a doe come down through the bottom. She kind of worked up where we couldn't see her. All of a sudden she popped out here about 15 yards. Worked up behind us up onto this top. Not long later, we had a small
He didn't stay on our track, but he kind of went up into the same thick bedding area. I look back, right behind him, not too far, is a real old, mature deer that we have pictures of. He's got a double main beam on the one side, a real nice other side. It's good to see we got some mid-morning action here. Awesome encounter for the first day, and it's only going to get better, so we're going to sit here for a little while yet and see if anything else can stroll through.
I can see the cracks falling in the paint, growing like a fire. What do I say? Can you see them? Can you see them? Choking on the words, choke on your name, choke back on the doubts I hold at bay. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I'm a ghost, I'm a ghost.
Here we are, October the 31st this afternoon. We decided to not hunt this morning. It was 30-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwest with a real feel of like 10 to 15 degrees. And the one spot we were going to go sit down the south draw, it wasn't worth the push in there. Being only the 31st of October, this evening we're tucked in the cage blind, not too far from that south draw, while we're up overlooking this big top here. And what these deer are doing, they're coming out of these bedding areas and out of these draws, and they're working up to the egg fields here to our east. We feel good. We got Floyd out there about 20-25 yards, and we got real high hopes for this evening's sit. He's gonna get blown.
Brennen says heavy on the garlic salt. Feed warm. You gotta be kidding me.
I don't think I've ever used that spatula.
There you go. It's a little touch up. Two for you. Oh, that's perfection there, but
Circling around you, the hunter and the hunted, tangled in the untrue. Moving in the shadows, eyes that are blood red, scared and now you're confused.
It's going on about 11 o'clock this morning. Action has slowed down pretty good. Cameras have slowed down. So our plan is the wind picked up pretty good, probably 12-15 mile an hour wind. We're gonna use that to our advantage. Get down, slip on out of here. Lord willing, he puts us one in our lap. Morning of November the 2nd this morning. Another beauty that we're blessed with. We're back in the same tree that we sat last night, overlooking this top. We're playing these deer to come off the egg field that we were playing them to go to last night. Overnight we had good activity on the cameras showing that there were shooters going to that egg, and they haven't come back off of it yet, so that's a good sign. Not saying they didn't take a different trail or whatever, but we're feeling optimistic this morning. We had two 2-year-olds already stroll by and check out Floyd before we had shooting light. I think the next hour is going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, action-packed, and hopefully we can let one fly. It's a little after 9 o'clock right now. It was a pretty slow morning. We had a couple 2-year-olds, and then we had a little spike or 3-pointer come through. And after that, it was pretty dead. Even the cameras have been real slow this morning, which is kind of surprising. November the 2nd, perfect conditions, but something just must be off a little bit. Just gotta be patient. Things are gonna line up. We're gonna run into something here soon. Maybe we gotta hop, skip, and jump to the puppy and shoot a 160 over there. I don't know. But that's kind of the plan. So we're gonna get down out of here, get some breakfast, and bounce around on the puppy, see what it looks like. He's pouring. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I'm speechless right now. That was just a cluster. You know what? We're sitting here, I just got done doing an interview. Split brow 10s at 8 yards. Alright, you gotta be kidding me. I grabbed my bow, he stops, I don't know, 15 yards. It looked like I heart shot him. He ran as far as I could see, maybe 80 yards. And he was wobbling, I could see blood pouring out both sides. Ugh. Like what? I don't get it. Oh, we trailed this deer. I'd say we're about 250 maybe, something like that. I mean, he bedded twice within 20 yards. We didn't bump him out of them beds. It was all dry blood in the beds. And then he made it, I'm gonna say maybe 60 to 80 yards. We figured he'd be right where he was. He was right down in the creek ditch. A bunch of thick stuff. And we were still on, I mean, blood where you can see it 10, 15 yards ahead of you. And we bumped him, we jumped him up. Oh, we're gonna back on out of here. We're gonna give him, I shot him at right around 9. I think it will give him till like 4. It's going on about 8 right now. What we ended up doing is we went in, I think it was right about 4:30 this afternoon, got on his blood again where we kicked him up originally, followed it for probably, I'd say 150 more yards, solid blood trail just like he was doing before. And then we got into a steep creek ditch, and he was bedded there,
He was still alive. He got up, looked like he was in bad shape. I mean, he was definitely laying there all day. He hadn't moved, but he had enough energy at that point to get up. We backed out, like I said, for probably another 3 more hours. We literally watched him rebed. I mean, he ran 40, 50 yards and bedded up again. So we're hoping he's just laying in that bed. And we walk in there and we can recover this deer. Hate to see it this way. So I just want to put an end to the story, and hopefully we walk in there and he's dead. There he is, dude. He's piled up. He never moved from that bed. Well, here we are, November the 2nd. What a whirlwind of a day. We climbed into the tree this morning, high expectations. We had Floyd the decoy out in front of us, sitting a big top, hoping these deer would work off the ag fields, and did a closing interview actually. We were wrapping up. Just the wildest thing happened. Literally, we had the cameras in the backpacks, we had the tree arm off. I had my bow luckily hanging with an arrow knocked yet, and I literally had the ratchet strap from the camera arm in my hand. Brennen had the camera arm in his hand, and we looked down. This guy's working a scrape at like 8 yards, and Brennen just happened to catch the movement. So it was a cluster from then on. I put the ratchet strap on the stand. He handed me the B cam, took out the A cam, hooked the wireless mics to it, and this deer was just wound up on Floyd. Had no clue we were there. I turned around, grabbed my bow, drew, and took the shot, and we had really good blood. I mean, we were kind of thinking heart shot, so we kept on him, and we ended up bumping him. So we backed out, came back in, picked up blood again, bumped him again, and then we made the right move to wait him out. And man, I'm happy we did, because he was laying right in that last bed. So first and foremost, can't thank Brennen enough. He just, with open arms, let me come and hunt his farms. And after the whirlwind we went through today, I can't thank him enough. It's just travel with him all year long. We chase these deer all over the country, and to be able to do it in our home state now together is just, it's pretty awesome. Couldn't be more happy. That's a wrap on my Iowa bow season. It was a whirlwind, but hey, we got a tag on one. He's a heck of a deer. It's actually a deer that Brennen's got some history with. Just an old, mature bruiser, and as you can see, he's already been fighting this year, and he wanted to do it one more time, but we got the last laugh. So we're gonna get him packed up and out of here, and probably have a couple bush lights.